Hey, hello, welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to show my pretty face pretty quickly because today's video is a little bit different. We are going to be looking to an application that I wrote a couple of days ago in response to a challenge that a customer threw on me. And so I just wanted to say hi, to remember you to subscribe the channel and turn on the alert so that you don't miss out when new content is published here, and there's a lot to come. And also I wanted to call your attention not to the application itself, because the application is pretty simple and straightforward, and it's entirely open source. I'm going to talk about this throughout the video, but I wanted to put this out there just for you to kind of realize when we talk about use cases, right, and how generative AI is going to change the way we have conversations about projects, and being more in the sense that this is going to be more driven to use cases. I wanted to show one of the use cases that came up to our conversation, and how we address that using a very simple web application and a couple of APIs in Google Cloud. So I hope you like it. I hope it's insightful to you, and let me know down to the comments what you think, and eventually suggestions for us to approach here in the channel moving forward. Okay, enjoy the video. Bye bye. Hello friends, welcome back. On today's video I just would like to showcase a very small, simple and straightforward application that I wrote the other day as an answer, as a response to a challenge that a customer threw on me, saying, hey, this generative AI is amazing. I can even see how it lands in our industry, but it would be great if you could bring a real scenario where generative AI could help us automate or even replace some of the manual tasks and routines that we have for teachers, because teachers are usually very resistant to adhere new technology. And so could you help us understand with a real case scenario where generative AI could be helpful in that context? And then after thinking a little bit, I say, hey, one of the things that is most takes more time from teachers, and I remember when I was teaching myself, is generating questions about the content that you are going to test students later on, right? So you apply that huge amount of content, concepts and everything, and then you have to test the understanding of your students about those contents, and then generating tests and questions out of it is usually time expensive. And so I questioned to myself, hey, why not build a question generator, right? In the sense that I can send the content that I want to extract questions from, and then the app would easily generate those questions for me. So I wrote this is a web app application. It is node based, so it's pretty simple. We don't really save any information in a database, nothing like that. It's just very straightforward. We paste in a given piece of text, or it could be an entire article. You're gonna see how it works. And then we send it to the LLM modules in Google Cloud, and then once the response comes back, it comes back in the format of questions, right? So I'm gonna show you how it works. I wrote an article in my website as well that details the entire process behind the scenes. You can go take a look, but I just would like to show you how it works. So, I'm running this locally on my machine. You could even, publish this on your dev web environment or whatever you have there. But I'm running this locally, right? So I'm just gonna go here and hit generate questions. And then I can select the number of questions that I want to generate out of a given content. I'll keep 10 from now. And I'm gonna use this article that was wrote into Johns Hopkins blog. You could use whatever piece of text that you might have in place. I'm gonna take this one just because I thought it's a very comprehensive article explaining how the brain works, the main areas and everything. It's pretty cool, by the way. And so I'm gonna take this in, I'm gonna paste it in here so you can see that I have the entire article in there, right? And then once I do that, I'm gonna hit analyze and generate questions. So what it does is send that entire text to the LLM analyzes it and then returns the questions to me, right? And so I have 10 questions here, very quickly generated, and from here I could do whatever I want, right? I could add this to a given online test. I could select some of those questions to be sent to the student in order for them to practice on top of those concepts. Any sort of activity I could be doing here, right, as a next step. Also, it is important to notice that for this to be generated, I had to, behind the scenes within the app, and I described that on my article in my website, fabriciosanchez.com, I had to generate a prompt because the LLMs, they react to a given prompt that you send. So I generated a prompt, I infused this text within the prompt, and then I asked them to generate the questions for me, right? As you can see, very simple questions because I generated a very simple prompt. If you want to do something more elaborated, for instance, hey, I want a question that has options, that is multi-choice question like A, B, C, D, and E, you could generate that as well. If you want a question that is more elaborated on the headlines, you could do that as well. It's just a matter of how you structure your prompt and send it to the LLM to be working with, right? And so I just wanted to highlight how it works. If you want to take a look, this application is totally open sourced in my GitHub repository. In that blog post website, you're going to be able to see it. But yeah, so just go take a look, deploy in your own machine and see how it works. You're going to need a GCP environment for this because we need Vertex to process the request. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward and simple application, and I describe everything on my website in there, the entire process. Okay, thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye bye.